Do you guys know Donald Trump had 12 million followers on TikTok? He just joined TikTok, and he have 12 million, and Kamala Harris have 6 million followers. This is scary. He's gonna win. He's gonna win, and Democrats, they better look in the mirror, because it is their fault that they're losing this election. The fact that he's back and he's so close to her this much, or maybe above her, is their freaking fault. They only have to blame themselves. You see the Muslim leaders, she refused to sit down with them. Donald Trump took the opportunity and sat down with them. It's their fault if they lose.
We end today's show with a Muslim American Democrat who was ejected from a Kamala Harris rally in Metro Detroit, where Harris was joined by Republican former Congressmember Liz Cheney. Ahmad Ghanem is a Democratic Party activist and former House candidate for Michigan's 11th District.
He joins us now from Oak Park, Michigan, not far from the Harris campaign event, which he was ejected from. The Kamala Harris campaign has since said it regrets his removal. Thank you so much for being with us, Ahmed Ghanem. In these few minutes that we have left, take us to the event that you were invited to and explain what happened.
Thank you for having me. So basically, I went like anyone else. I was dressed in a suit going to this event, stood in line. It was a small event by invite only, 200 people at, there, less than 200 people. I went through securities like the airport security where they have to check everything. They take even the signs that you have from the campaign. So nobody had any signs. You only have your wallet and that's it. And I was cleared by security. I was seated like anyone. I was sitting there for like 10 or 15 minutes, just trying to answer some emails. I did not engage with anybody in conversation because they seat you randomly with people you don't know around you. And after 10 minutes, a lady came and told me, can you follow me? And I thought probably they are changing my seat. And I said, that's fine. I followed her, and at the door, I found 2 police officers waiting for me and said, they don't want you here at the event. If you either leave now or I put you in a police car.
Wow, so this is a Democrat, Hamed, aka AG. AG just ran for Congress as a Democrat, the only Democrat challenger to House Representative Haley Stevens of Michigan. That primary was back in August. He was the only one to go against her, and she won that Democrat primary with 87% of the vote. The general election, of course, is coming up, where she'll have to face a Republican and third-party candidate. Democrats, they're doing what they can to make sure they keep that seat, a seat that Haley's been in since 2019. She won an open race in 2018, resulting in the seat being flipped from Republican to Democrat representation.
Hi everyone, it's Congresswoman Haley Stevens, proudly representing Michigan's 11th District. On my primary election night, I wanted to thank AIPAC and the pro-Israel community. Our values spoke very loudly this evening.
But this woman worked under the Obama administration as chief of staff of one of his task forces. So this is who he was going up against in Michigan. He's also a Muslim, a group who believe the Democrat Party turned their backs on them, and they've been accusing the Democrats of sabotaging them by funding a war. And this right here is not helping, because now they're saying that Kamala Harris didn't want Muslims at this event.
If the Democrats lose the race to the White House, it would be because of their elitist mindset as displayed by Kamala Harris, basically saying, if you don't shut up and vote for me, I'll bring you Donald Trump. Well, Madam Vice President, we don't owe you our vote. And if you lose to Donald Trump, it is because you are disconnected from your base and voters felt that you did not represent them.
Yeah, they have really been messing up with the Muslim community. We're talking about a group of voters who they could usually count on. But AG here, he went to Kamala's event, dressed in a suit like everyone else, went through security like everyone else. He just sat there in silence and looked at his phone as he waited for the event to start. Then all of a sudden, one of Kamala's people, they realized he was Muslim, so they went ahead and kicked him out because they did not want anybody Muslim in the building to make sure there wasn't any protest over the war. Never mind, he wasn't doing anything, he was just sitting there looking at his phone. They went and gathered him up and said, "You're going to jail if you don't leave right now."
And what was shocking to me was that, I was sitting there and I did not do anything. I did nothing. And now I'm threatened to be arrested or have to leave. And I was just asking, I told him, okay, I'm going to leave. I just want to know, why are you kicking me out? And he said, it is not me, it's the venue that's kicking you out. So I asked him, why would the venue kick me out? The venue, they don't know anything about me, it's just the venue. He said, I don't know. And the lady that escorted me out, she ended the conversation. I said, this is not a conversation anymore. You have to be escorted out. So I didn't want to escalate the situation, and I just left.
So first they lied and said it was the venue, which made no sense at all. Why would the venue be kicking him out specifically? No, Kamala rented out that venue for this private event, so she was in charge of the guest list and who she wanted to be in the room. Now, they got him in the room, ran his identification, patted him down, and after they seated him, they realized he was Muslim, and that's why they didn't want him there. They didn't want any Muslims there because they know that they're upset with Kamala and Biden right now.
And Ahmad, can you say whether since you've left, have you heard anything further about why you were removed?
No. The campaign issued a brief statement saying they regret what happened. They gave me a call. I thanked them for the call, but I said I want to know why was I removed, because apology without accountability is not an apology. So far they did not provide any information on or any reason why they removed me.
So, Ahmad Ghanim, you were a congressional candidate. You didn't win the primary. You got 15,000 votes. After you were kicked out of the Kamala Harris event, the Trump campaign approached you to make an ad?
That's correct. They approached me to make an ad against Haley, against Vice President Harris, and they said this ad will be aired everywhere, on CNN, everywhere, but we want you to film it. And I said, no, I cannot do that.
Why do you feel that? I mean, of course, President Trump, well known when his first acts in office as president was the Muslim ban. But if you can explain what you're demanding now of the Kamala Harris campaign.
I'm demanding a reason why they ejected me from the campaign without anything. I didn't have any Palestinian kufiya, I didn't have any pens, I didn't have any signs. I was not planning to protest, I just was sitting there. This is my city where I ran. Everyone in this city, they know me because I ran there. I was canvassing door to door there. My ads were there, my signs were there. I actually spoke at the Democratic Club in Royal Oak, Michigan. So it's not like I'm a random person. They know me very well. And there is a reason why they ejected me. So I want to know what is the reason. And for me, when people talk about just one issue voter, it's not about Gaza. Gaza's far away from me. It's a very important issue for me. But now it's important, what's more important, do I have place in this party or not? Is this the party of diversity, of inclusion, or Muslims and Arabs don't have room anymore in this party?
Funny, because I was thinking the same thing. The Democrats stump all day about diversity and inclusion, but they've been doing a really good job excluding everyone outside of feminists, war criminals, and the LGBT. Everybody else can forget about it. And this whole campaign season, they've been kicking out Muslims left and right. He's not the only one. You have Kamala Harris specifically targeting Muslims behind the scenes and the people who support them. She even shut them down at that rally she had in Detroit, which was really the last straw for the Muslims who started promoting the Abandon Harris campaign. This is why so many of them are not supporting Kamala. Some are supporting Trump, but then you have others, they're not supporting Kamala or Trump. So they're throwing their support to the couch or towards Cornel West or Jill Stein. Trump did get a major endorsement from a Muslim mayor of a majority Muslim town, but Jill Stein is still outperforming both Trump and Kamala with Muslims in key battleground states. Which is why Kamala Harris, she's been actively going after Jill Stein to get her name removed from ballots while also presenting herself in the media as the candidate for change that will protect democracy. It's all hypocritical and bizarre. Right now, a lot of Muslims are completely checked out from Kamala, especially since she's been running around with the war criminal family member herself, Liz Cheney. The Cheneys, they've made their money off the military-industrial complex and lying to Americans to fight endless wars, using all of our tax dollars to make the companies involved and themselves super rich. Meanwhile, your average American is struggling. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. AG said the Party of Diversity and Inclusion is literally banning Muslims. Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to Roland C. I appreciate you, Roland, for all of your support, as well as George. Thank you, George, for helping these videos get out. If you want to show your support for the channel too, you have to use PayPal for now. The link is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.